So, what's the difference between speaking good English and speaking great English? Well, it's not just about knowing more words. It's all about how you connect your ideas. It's the secret sauce that makes your argument sound sharper, more logical, and way more advanced. Today, we're going to unlock that secret. I mean, think about it. Do you want to state facts, or do you want to build arguments that actually convince people? Do you want to connect your thoughts in a way that makes people really listen? If you're nodding your head right now, then you are in exactly the right place. Just take a look at the difference here. On the left, we've got two separate facts. The city invested in transport. Air pollution is still a problem. It's fine, it's correct, but it's a little flat, right? Now, look at the right. We add one single word, although, and suddenly the sentence has tension, it has context. It's just a much more sophisticated thought. That's the power we're talking about. Okay, so looking at rules is one thing, but hearing these words used in a real, natural conversation, that's when it all starts to click. So let's do that. We're going to listen to a conversation and hear how these linkers actually sound. So in a moment, you're going to hear a short chat between two people talking about some changes in their city. For this first listen, don't worry about reading anything. Just close your eyes if you want and really pay attention to how they connect their ideas. Okay, let's go. So the first speaker kicks things off. They say, the city is investing heavily in public transport this year. As a result, air pollution has started to decrease. Did you catch that? As a result, perfectly connects the action, the investment, to the direct outcome. It's a super clear cause and effect. And the other person replies, yes, that is good news. But despite these improvements, some areas are still struggling. That word despite is such a great little signal. It immediately tells you a contrast is coming. We just heard something good, but despite that, there's still a problem.
And the conversation keeps rolling with another contrast word. Although the government is promoting cleaner transport options, many people still prefer using their private cars. This does a similar job to despite. It shows a conflict, right? The government is doing one thing, although a lot of people are doing something else.
Then we hear this. Traffic levels are high. Nevertheless, the new policies are slowly helping. Now, nevertheless is a really good one. It's a bit more formal, and it connects two complete sentences. It acknowledges the problem in the first part, but then presents a contrasting, more positive point in the second. And they finish up by looking ahead. The population is growing. Consequently, we need even stronger measures next year. Here, consequently is all about logic. Because the population is growing, the logical effect, or consequence, is that more needs to be done. It's perfect for building a strong argument. All right, you've heard them in action. Now let's get into the grammar toolkit. We're going to break down the rules so you can use these words with total confidence. First up, let's stick with those words that show contrast. Okay, this slide is absolutely key. Seriously, understanding this table is what will make you sound so much more advanced. Notice the pattern. After although or even though, you need a full clause. That means a subject and a verb. But after despite or in spite of, you just need a noun or a verb with ing. And then you've got however and nevertheless, which are a bit different. They pick off a whole new sentence. And here is a perfect example of a super common mistake. You'll hear this a lot. Despite the new laws exist, but that's not quite right. Why? Because the new laws exist is a subject plus a verb. And if we look back at our rule, after despite, we just need a noun, a thing. So you just say, despite the new laws. Simple as that. All right, we've tackled contrast. Now let's switch gears and look at that second group of linkers, the ones that help you show a clear cause and effect. Now these ones are a little more straightforward, which is nice. As a result is your perfect everyday choice for showing an outcome. Consequently basically means the same thing, but it just sounds a touch more formal, so it's great for things like essays or work emails. And therefore is the classic choice for when you're making a really logical step-by-step argument. Okay, so we've heard them in a conversation and we've looked at the grammar rules. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all together and see some powerful model sentences you can steal and adapt for your own arguments. Take a look at this one. It's a perfect use of although. You start with a positive idea, awareness is going up, and then you contrast it with a realistic challenge. And notice that structure. Although plus a subject, awareness, plus a verb is increasing. It follows the rule perfectly. Now let's compare that with despite. What follows it here? International agreements, which is a noun. It's a thing. We're not saying despite international agreements exist, right? This structure beautifully shows the conflict between the idea of the agreements and the harsh reality of emissions. And here's a fantastic example of using nevertheless to connect two complete thoughts. First, the good news. Recycling programs are improving. Great. But then you hit them with the contrasting fact. Nevertheless, waste production is still growing. It's a really strong way to acknowledge one point before you introduce an opposing one. And for our last example, a really clear cause and effect. What's the cause? Water shortages are becoming common. What's the logical result? Consequently, governments are investing in technology. See, it creates a really nice formal link between a problem and its solution. So to wrap this all up, let's boil it down to the absolute must-knows. If you only remember 4 things, make it these. Number 1, although needs a subject and a verb. Number 2, despite needs a noun or an ing word. 3, however starts a whole new contrasting sentence. And 4, as a result or consequently, show you the logical outcome. Get these 4 rules down and I promise your arguments are going to sound so much clearer and stronger. So there you have it. These aren't just grammar rules in a textbook. They're tools. They're tools for building better, smarter, more persuasive arguments. And now they're in your toolkit. So the only question left is, what complex idea are you going to explain first?